Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Hack That Funnel Radio. We have a really cool episode today with Blake Nubar. He is a master funnel builder. If you've been in the ClickFunnels group at all, everybody refers to him as the master funnel builder. Anytime anybody asks, who should I go to build my funnel? Blake Nubar is the answer. He's a 2 Comma Club winner, and he's creating some big waves right now in the industry. We're going to be talking to him today.
I have spent the last 5 years building hundreds of marketing funnels and systems for over 100 clients, and I can tell you, most of you are skipping the most important part of the funnel build. There is a secret step-by-step blueprint that makes every sales funnel profitable. What is it? That is the question, and this podcast is the answer. My name is Ben Moote, and this is Hack That Funnel Radio.
So Blake, I want to thank you for being on. This is cool. We've been spending some time building out this relationship. I appreciate it. You're the first one who taught me that relationships is the basis of online marketing.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Dude, that's how it is, man. In the beginning of anything, it's all about networking.
So let's so really quick, can you tell how you got started? You and I got started when this all when ClickFunnels started growing and building. How did you get into this, and what is your path to, let's do the path to the 2 Comma Club award. Not really reaching it, but what was your path to that point?
Yeah, it connects actually, funny enough. So about 2.5 years ago now, I joined the ClickFunnels group when it was at about 19,000 people.
Okay.
I think Russell's been doing it now for about 5 years. I came in about year 3. And I was working for, at the time, I didn't know anything about digital marketing, right? I was working for a fitness company. And our job, we were building online courses to teach people how to become personal trainers, right? If you want to become a personal trainer, we taught you. And we did it in a very unique way. And we'd invest in building these products out, right? At the time, we were just getting going. I was operations one day and product development the next day and doing all these different things. And so we built out this product. It's an amazing product. And we handed it off to the marketing department, and they couldn't sell it. They didn't know what a funnel was. They didn't know, none of us knew. The word funnel didn't even exist yet in our ecosystem. And they tried to run ads, and it was a disaster. It didn't work. And I grew frustrated, right? I was just pissed. And I remember one night I went home and I was in my bed. It was 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep because I was just we built this product and now we can't sell it. It kind of sucks. And I'm scrolling on Facebook and this crazy man pops up by the name of Russell Brunson, which I had no idea who he was at the time. But I clicked on the ad. The ad was weird marketing experiments to grow your traffic, increase conversions and sales online, right? I'll never forget it. And I click it and it leads me to a website, which was a funnel. But at the time, I'm it's a website. And I click and I watch this video. And it's this 90-minute presentation where he just starts talking about funnels and a webinar funnel and what this does and what this does. And instantly I was just sucked in to his ecosystem. I'm this is how we're going to sell the course. And I was so captivated by his message that I watched it for a second time. It's a 90-minute presentation. So it's 6 a.m. now, right? And I just go straight to the office. I start writing on the wall, and it was a beautiful mind. It was crazy. And everyone's walking in dude, what are you doing? And I'm don't worry, I know how to sell this now. We're going to use a funnel. They're what the hell is a funnel? I'm it's this cool thing this guy Russell told me about. Don't worry, it's going to work. And I start creating what I really didn't know much about was a webinar funnel. So I go get ClickFunnels. We were working with a celebrity trainer at the time. He was the face of the fitness certification. I call him. I'm hey, Eric, listen, man, I need you to record a webinar. I think I got it figured out. Just record this thing. This is how it works. He's yeah, no problem. Sends it back 4 or 5 days later. I build this funnel out and I throw it in this funnel and I go to the marketing department. Hey guys, listen, just run ads now. Run ads to this thing instead of running ads to what we were doing before.
Yeah.
All right, man, we'll do it. I was yeah, just do it. Just don't ask any more questions. Just do it. And they start running ads. They start driving traffic to this webinar registration page. People start opting in, and we run this webinar. And we run this webinar, and it gets to the offer, and it gets to offer drops, Q&A, everything happens, and no one buys. Not a single person purchased what we were trying to sell. And I just remember I was I listened to everything this guy Russell said, and I was just I was defeated. And I remember I walked outside. We had these steps down in front of the building, and I sat on the steps. And I just had my hand on my head, and I'm just another failure. This thing failed, and everything I was doing just would not work. Nothing would work. And I thought this was going to be the solution to finally, cut me a break here.
Right.
And I remember I walked back in and it was cold inside right now. Not the temperature, but the atmosphere. Everyone knew it was a failure. I walked back in and I was like, you know what? Let me just try one more thing. And I go to my computer and I go and I hover my mouse over the refresh button of the sales page. And I clicked refresh and our first sale for $797 came in. And I was like, Bon Tran was the name of the person. And I'll never forget because it completely changed the course and trajectory of my life and how I view digital marketing. I felt free, right? I actually felt like I'm free, even though I wasn't. But it was the potential of what that can do that I felt like there's something here to this internet money game. I walk in the next day and I quit. I walked in, I said, I'm done. I quit. I put my 2 weeks notice in and I just ventured out on this whole like digital marketing game. And for the next year of my life, bro, I just went, it was hard. I'm not going to lie, right? Like I had my like violin story just like everyone else. But I'm not going to bore you guys with that. I did anything I could to pay the bills and put food on the table and basically fund my learning experience. And when I felt like, the little grasshopper, the caterpillar was ready to become a beautiful butterfly, I created an Upwork profile. And I started getting jobs, and those jobs turned to projects, and projects turned to customers turned to repeat clients. And one of them that walked through the door one day was a guy named, one of my business partners now, a dear friend of mine named Brian Page. He walks in, he's like, hey man, do you know anyone that can like set up like an SMTP? And I'm like, yeah, man, I can do it. And I set it up and I never heard from him again. Like 2 weeks later, right, calls me again. I'm driving home from St. Pete and he's like, hey man, my course just isn't selling. Like it's not selling, man. Like I don't know what to do. I'm like, tell me about it. Like what's going on? He's like, I think I need this. I'm not sure. Like, what would you do? I'm like, you need a funnel, bro. You need a webinar funnel. And long story short, we built out this webinar funnel for him. We started working together and we launched this thing. And in 43 days, we hit $1 million with this course that was doing nothing. And the rest is history. And that has just propagated into working with sharks on Shark Tank and Bravo TV stars and just a bunch of different, it just opened up the doors and it stemmed my philosophy, which is start going for wins and what it is that you do. Stop worrying about money and chasing clients and chasing like how much money you can make from a customer and start worrying about how much money you can make other people and your entire life changes. It's kind of like how I based my foundation on.
So it's funny that you mentioned that. Like literally I was listening to Robert Kiyosaki and I just finished his book Fake this morning. And he talks specifically about how when you start to make the business game more spiritual, when it becomes what can I give versus what can I get, when it becomes how many can I impact, what is God's calling for me? It may not be, a calling that you receive, but what is that thing that you can give and give it en masse? And when you start to do that and you focus that shift, things change for you.
It does. It couldn't be more true. I'm a perfect walking example of that. I think a lot of the times people get caught up in like trying to make a quick buck, and faking it and attaching on to other people that are actually having success when they don't have any. And it's sad to see. And it's like, if people would just switch that mentality of how much money can I make to how much money can I make them? Every door on planet Earth opens. I would launch an e-commerce funnel. I'd launch a lead gen funnel and generate 5,000 leads for someone. And I would have people reaching out that want a webinar funnel because I was successful with a lead gen funnel. Like that's how it works. If people would just understand that. I think one of the problems is that in order to focus on other people and this, like you said, the spiritual mindset, right? Of like not like spiritual, but spiritual, right? Where it's like, I want to come from a place of servitude and I want to fulfill for you. You have to actually have a product or service that you can use that backs it up. Because a lot of people talk a big game and honestly, man, they got nothing to back it up with. So if you can actually deliver, which is like not many people, but if you can focus on building something that actually matters and you can deliver it and you focus on getting a win for someone, your career changes in the blink of an eye.
But it's all about that focus. It's all about that attaching yourself to someone else's dream. Like for the longest time, like when I got started, so I used to work at a business that you know of. And after working there for a while, I was fired and let go. And one of the people in the inner circle turned to me and said, Ben, you know how to build funnels like better than anybody. You need to get on Upwork. Okay, I'll get on Upwork. I got on Upwork and I started to build funnels for everybody. And that's how I made my money for a long time.
Sure.
But
it works. I mean, like if you are good at something, if you have a skill set, right? There is no way you can go unnoticed. If you are one of the best at something, you can't go unnoticed. So if you focus on building something, whether it's building funnels or designing or whatever, and you know you're good and you work each and every day on that craft, you can suck at marketing in the beginning and you will find a way to still get noticed because you are good. And then you're going to pick up the marketing side because ultimately that's going to be the longevity of your career. But that's it. It's a lot easier than people make it to. No one wants to put in the work.
No, nobody does. And it's a lot of legwork. Like I remember when I got started in 2013, I was like, oh, I just need a blog every day. And I'm like, okay. And I did that for about a month. And then I was done. Like I'll do videos. Yeah. And then I'll do videos. And so I did a video every single day. And I did that for a month and a half. And then I'm like, oh gosh, that burned me out. And I was done.
Yeah. At the end, there's no secret. It's work. There's no secret. Publishing, you got to publish your face off if you want it to work. Like a lot of publishing, a lot of it's busy work. I wouldn't recommend a publishing strategy per se in the infancy stages. Although a lot of people probably disagree with me. I think networking is more important in the beginning. But publishing is extremely important on anything you ever do. There's just two schools of thought. Either you publish your face off, right? And just know most people will probably not pay attention to you until you give them a reason to pay attention to you. Right? That's just the reality of it. A lot of people, a lot of beginners in entrepreneurship, they can't stomach that. That's hard to wake up every day and write a blog or record a podcast when no one's listening. You get very discouraged early on, and you're probably not going to last more than 2 weeks, right? When it could take 2 years until things start popping off. So there's like pros and cons to that. The other side of the table is kind of the side I operate on is I don't publish. Like I rarely publish, and I don't say this to toot my own horn or posture and peacock. Go look at my Facebook profile right now. It's one of the most explosive engagement posts on there. And I don't publish, guys. The reason I feel like I've been fortunate enough to have that is because I focused on the other side, building a good product or service that actually delivers on results. Now I have something people care about and they want to listen. So there's two schools of thought. Both of them require work at the end of the day. There's no system. There's no shortcut. It's work.
Okay. So when you were getting started, like you got started on Upwork the same way I did. How do you first get your first job on Upwork? Like I'm going to start there, and then we're going to start getting into funnels and all this stuff. But really, a lot of people are just turning right now. They're like, I need to make money, and they turn to funnels, and it's like, whoa, slow down.
Yeah.
Let's get you money as fast as possible. Go to Upwork, go to Freelancer, go get on Facebook and start publishing that you do this stuff.
Grind. Let everyone know. Like when I was on Upwork, man, I was sending out so many proposals and no one was listening. Like no one cared. Why would they? I was no one. Like who cares? No one cares about me. They care about what I can do for them. And at the time, I was just sending out proposals and like, hey, look, I'm really good. And I knew I was good and I knew I was going to break free through it all. But my mindset at the time was like, I needed to get money in the door, right? Like I need money in the door. And I was like, this isn't working. I'm sending out proposals. People are like either ghosting me. They're not returning my calls like on that. They're using it to shop against me to other freelancers, right? There's like a lot of things that go wrong. And by the way, for the record, I freaking hate proposals. I hate making them. I hate sending them. I think it's the biggest waste of time on planet Earth. I'd rather just be like, yeah, I'm going to go make you $1 million instead. I think that is the best proposal you could give someone, right? Instead of like, here's my 7-page plan. Like, who cares right now? So I digress. So I always send all these proposals, and it wasn't until I switched my mindset from let me just try and get like one job and go for a win. Instead of like sending all these proposals and trying to get money coming in the door, let me just get one job, even if I hated it, even if it was like something I didn't want to do in the beginning, and let me just make it as big of a win as humanly possible, and that will be the catapult to my career. And that was the strategy I took, and that was the strategy that worked for me. And then, once you get things in motion, you can start like, carving out your own niche and going after your dream clients and all that stuff. But in the beginning, like I didn't care about dream clients. I just wanted a client to give me work and pay me money, and hopefully I can make them a lot of money. And then when I did that, it worked. So my recommendation for anyone out there right now that's like struggling to get clients, look, if you're a digital agency owner or you're a first-time entrepreneur, you're trying to get a customer or client, you can get a customer or a single client. If you can't, then we seriously need to work on salesmanship. You need to keep learning each and every day, or maybe this is not the career for you, okay? And I don't say that to be mean. I say that just to be brutally honest. You got to go get one person. And when you have that one person, just try and make it a massive, massive win. And once you do, everyone's going to come banging on your door.
And the thing is, even if it doesn't work out, even if the client fails before you do, they burn out before you do,
Sure.
the thing is you gave everything.
Everything. That's what it takes. Once again, back to the as old as time. Work. You have to work. There is no shortcut for success. There is a lot of people are led to believe that launching a successful funnel is going to be easy. It's not. It's a lot of people are led to believe that making $1 million is easy. It's not. There's very few people on this planet that get to that point, okay? The recipe, if you ever want any of those things, is work. So give all you have to a client. Yes, if they burn out before you, it happens. It's a learning experience. Look, you're going to go fail 1,000 times. I think I failed 28 times before I found digital marketing. And each time I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it. And that's what you have to do. Like, look, we all want shortcuts. I would love to have like, oh, I can make $1 billion in 17 days. I mean, if that was the case, beaches would be crowded and closed because everyone would be sipping Mai Tais and pina coladas because we wouldn't be working anymore. But it's not the case. So yeah, like if you're out there right now and you're like trying to get some money coming in the door, start focusing on what you can do for someone else. And I promise you, everything's going to change.
Yep, absolutely. And then, okay, so gonna move off Upwork really quick because that's how you build Upwork. That's how you do it. You just go serve. You can do that on Facebook. You can just do it on wherever. Just go serve, and the money will come back.
Amen.
But, yeah. So that's step number one. If you're broke, now let's say you're actually starting to make money. How do you you had to learn how to sell like I had to learn how to sell?
Yeah.
Like it's not something you learn that's important, but it's something that is. How did you bridge that gap to become a salesman, both one-on-one and digitally? Because you sell stuff on webinars all the time.
Yeah. So it's a different thing. Selling one-to-one, selling one-to-many, it's a little different, right? I don't give a webinar pitch selling, one-to-one. It's a different environment. It's a different mechanism. Starting with one-to-one, and I will tell you what makes it easier. Back to what we just referred to. When you get results for people, selling your services is 1,000 times easier. If you are the person right now that you're calling people and you're chasing clients and you're banging on doors and no one's paying attention to you, I can almost guarantee it's because you haven't done it yet. You have to go do something and get results for someone, and I promise selling becomes easier. Ben, it would get to a point where when I focus that shift on and it's funny how it works. Potential clients call you to sell you on why you should work with them. Okay. Yeah. There's been times I've sitting down and, for example, once again, I had a potential client probably last week. They're like, we will give you $50,000. We want you to do this. And I'm like, all right, guys, listen, let me really think about this. I'm busy right now. I don't want to do a disservice to you. If I do take you on, it's because I'm going to make it. My goal is to make you a massive success. And I'm about to get off the phone and they're like, wait a minute, just think about this. And it's like, they're pitching you. And it's one of the most amazing things ever. So step number one, guys, if you can go get results for other people, the sales process becomes a lot easier because your results speak. You can just shut up. Your results speak for themselves, right? Like Russell Brunson doesn't have to go pitch anyone on building a funnel for him. He doesn't. He doesn't have to get on a call and go, hey, my name's Russell Brunson. I just want to let you know I build funnels. People, before he picks up the call and says Russell Brunson, everyone's going, how much money can I give you? It's a totally different mindset, right? If you don't necessarily have the results yet, I just study from the best, right? Just pay attention to good salesmen out there. Pay attention to Grant Cardone. Pay attention to Ty Lopez and Russell Brunson and watch and Mike Dillard and research like Dan Kennedy and Frank Kern and Dean Graziosi and watch what all of these people are doing. Even if it's not this direct one-to-one, you will pick up a lot of sales tactics that they're doing to close people, right? Because all those people are selling one-to-many. But you can still learn. You have to, at the end of the day, if you want to be successful online, you have to fall in love with marketing. If you refuse to fall in love with marketing, you will not, it's going to be a very difficult road from here till kingdom come. You are not going to come to this space, okay? You're not going to be a doctor. You're not going to come to this space and in 45 days make $1 million. It's almost disrespectful. I don't go and say I'm going to be a freaking brain surgeon and, in 45 days, am I going to know how to do it? It's insulting. They'd laugh at me, right? They'd be like, dude, shut up. You're an idiot, right? So don't think you're going to come here and in 18 days, you're going to be a massive success. The way you have success here, whether you're selling to someone and they're buying your products or you're trying to get new clients, it's because of one simple thing. You fell in love with marketing and you breathe, eat, sleep, all that each and every day, then you will be successful. And it could take a year, it could take 5 years, it could take 3 months, who knows? But that's how you do it. But yeah, I study the best or you get results, and that is how you get people to freaking buy from you.
Absolutely. I cannot amen that enough. So you built your 2 Comma Club program. Now you've built other programs like Funnel Formula. Is that correct?
Funnel Formula.
You're doing each one, and you're building out relationships with other people. Like, where is your attention right now? Like, once you start to actually do this and people are pitching you, like, what is a day like in your life these days? Because I know everyone's pitching you. But
No, I've been fortunate enough in my career here to work with some amazing people. Some of my idols that I used to study are now people I'm either partnered with or have been fortunate enough to work with. It's been a true blessing. Never would have expected in a million years. Because at the end of the day, I'm just a normal dude. Like, I have pictures of me on the ground, like trying to figure internet marketing out like 2.5 years ago, where you would have laughed at me. I looked like an idiot, right? So dumb. But, because you just keep pushing forward, eventually things start aligning into place. And I fell in love with marketing and everything, the dots just start aligning. But each and every day now, man, honestly, what I'm just doing now is, I've been in a cave basically for the past 2.5 years because I didn't feel comfortable enough. I don't want to deliver information to an audience unless I know that it works because I did it. Everyone else out there wants to teach theory. Oh, if you try this and that's great, right? Frameworks do work. But I like to be the one that if I'm going to teach a framework or if I'm going to teach something, it's because I did it and it worked. And I can tell you about the journey behind that, right? Because look, it's very easy to go regurgitate someone else's information. I can go read a page in Expert Secrets and then do a training on it. But in reality, it's Russell's stuff, or even Russell standing on the giants before him teaching their stuff, right? I want to take the information that these amazing marketers like Russell and all these amazing people out there are doing, and I want to apply it. And then when I apply it and it works, now I have an amazing story behind it that's unique only to me and no one else, that I can explain this in action. So I've been doing that for the past 2.5 years, and basically now it's time for me to come up and breathe some air, and I'm going to start publishing everything I've been finding out, and it's going to be an explosive type thing now. I'm going to show my entire hand on what I've been doing, what I've been working on, and my goal is to help as many people as possible become financially free doing internet marketing stuff. And that's what I do each and every day now. I just jump to publishing, bro. That's it.
That is so cool. And the thing is, when you start doing that, the integrity is there. Like, you've built in the integrity automatically. Like, also in Fake, the last chapter is like, what do you really need in order to make this work? It talked about integrity.
Yeah.
Integrity is the invisible force that makes everything work. It's better than money. It's better than anything. When you have integrity, everything flows to you.
Yeah, people won't buy from you till they trust you. You have to look, anyone can look successful online. It doesn't take much. It takes a computer, an internet connection, and about 4th grade grammar. Like, that's it. And you can look successful online. Like, it's a very scary thought because people can use that for good and evil. It's like you just never know anymore, right? I've always been the kind of person, just probably thank my mom and dad, that have deep rooted in me. You don't do people wrong. You just don't disservice them. You don't bullshit them. You don't do them wrong. You put yourself in their shoes. I will kill a program if I'm selling it to someone and I know it's not right. I'll kill it and I'll refund everyone's money because I'm like, if that was me, I would want him to do that for me. And integrity is the name of this game. People can know you, probably won't buy from you then. They can like you, still probably won't buy from you. They have to trust you because it's when they trust you, they're saying, I know that you're gonna become the bridge to get me from where I am to where I want to go, and I trust that you're the person that's going to do it. And until you have that, you really don't have much. So integrity is the name of the game.
That is so. Oh gosh, it's so funny because you think when you go online, you have an online business. You're like, I can distance myself. I have that flexibility. A friend of mine who really reached out to help me was like, you don't realize when you build a business regularly, you have to loan out your building. You have to walk into your building every single day. You have to get it set up. You have to get all this. Like, your brain is in a different spot. But when you're online, you think you can distance yourself. You cannot.
No, you have to be more. It's the antithesis. You have to be more in their face because there's this barrier. There's a barrier between us now. I'm not in person, right? That's why, like, when you want to sell bigger programs, right? Like if you want to sell a $5 or $10 or $50,000 program, you have to change the selling environment. This online stuff doesn't work anymore. This is only awareness now at that point. If someone's buying that type of program from you, it's because they already trust you. But even then, like they need to know there's a human on the other end. You got to pick up the phone, or I got to be face to face with you telling you about this program, because that's just what it takes. Like it takes that human interaction. And here online, like you have to be as close as possible to someone. The best piece of advice I got, it was about a year ago. I was talking to Dean Graziosi, and I was like, Dean, listen, man, like, what is the one piece of advice you would have for someone like right now? And he looks at me, he goes, Blake, just when you think you can make the sale, don't. Hold off, give one more touch point of true value and show them you care, and then go in for it. And I was like, brilliant. Because he's like, that's where marketing's going online. He's like, I've been in this space forever. I know exactly how this works. It's relationships. People buy from you based on relationships online. And even though you think you're ready to rock and roll and you can slam product down their throat, don't do it yet. Do another couple touch points, another touch point. Let them know you care. Let them know you got your back, and then go for the sale. And he says, the second you do that, you just seal that bond. And I was like, brilliant.
That is so cool. All right, so what is it like to being able to rub shoulders with these guys? You're rubbing shoulders with Dean Graziosi, with Shark Tank people, like you're rubbing all these shoulders. What's like, I guess, what is it like, number one? And number two, what is it like realizing that they're real people?
It's amazing. Like even to like, I've had a chance to like, Kevin Harrington's one of my partners on Shark Tank. I've worked with, Josh Altman from $1 Million Listing and stuff. And I've gotten to talk to like just some amazing people, like all these people, like there's some marketers out there, I talk to all the time. I won't mention names. I don't want to like name drop and stuff as keep going on. But it's amazing because like these are my idols. These are the people I look up to each and every day. Like nothing changes. Like I look up to them and I'm like, these are the most brilliant minds in digital marketing. And there's a reason. That's why they're on top. They are Zeus on Mount Olympus, and they're all sitting there like with their staffs, and they're just running the game because they deliver the best products and services on planet Earth, right? That's why they're sitting at the top, right? And it's amazing to like communicate with them, but at the end of the day, they're just normal people. They're cool, normal, down-to-earth people just like you and me, and it's fun to communicate with them. It's like, it's surreal, but at the same time, it's like, this is cool. This is awesome. It's like normal people talking about marketing.
Blake, thank you so much for being on. I appreciate you giving so much information. We're going to ask 2 more questions of Blake, which you can get. You're going to learn more about that in a minute. But really quick, where should people go, Blake, if they want to learn more about what you're doing, if they want to be in on all this stuff that you're giving out for free and telling the stories that have made you all this money? Where do they go?
So I'm glad you asked, man. I just launched a Facebook group called Freedom Fighters. Launch your first $1 million funnel. That's the name of the group. It's like you get me helping you out with your business, launching successful funnels. I'm going to be raw and real with you. No dandelion rainbow crap. I'm going to tell you what you need to do, whether you like it or not, to be successful online. That is the new group. You guys can go hang out with me, and there we're going to have a good time.
And to be absolutely honest, put in another plug for this, Blake is the most real person online. Like if you need help on something, he just drills down right into it, and that's what you're going to get in this group. So definitely go.
I'm humbled, man. I'm humbled.
Sweet, awesome sauce. I hope you found something in this episode that made your mind explode. Now, would you like to take it to the next level? What if I give you the keys to the funnel hacking kingdom? What I want to give you is my MasterPack 5-day training for free. All you have to do is go to hackthatfunnelradio.com, put in your email, submit, and you will get my funnel hacking MasterPack right now, 100% free. It will teach you what to hack, where to hack, how to hack, and when to hack. All you have to do is go to hackthatfunnelradio.com and get it now. hackthatfunnelradio.com.